Okay, so in this session, we are determining the London session. Okay, so we are analyzing the British pound USD pair, and right now we're on the 15 minutes time frame. So first of all, on a 15-minute time frame, we will highlight the today's London Open. Okay, so today's London Open would be somewhere around here. Okay, which is right over here. Okay, this is London Open, and so this is today's London Open. Okay, and then we're gonna just decide the overnight session high and low. So overnight session high and low started from right from okay from here. Okay, the overnight session started from here at this point. So the highest point of the overnight session high and low was most probably this one. Okay, for now it's the highest point, and the lowest point is this one. Okay. All right. So this is overnight session high and this is overnight session low. So just before the London, because this one is the developing low, so we don't know when this low will complete. So we cannot mark the low high, sorry, when this high will complete. So we cannot mark the overnight session high over here. Okay. So we have the overnight session high and low. So we have overnight session high. Okay. And here we have overnight session low. So overnight session high and low, this is London Open. Okay. So the bias here, we have to determine the bias between overnight session high and low and after the overnight session high once the London opens. Because before the London Open, just before the London Open, we also break through the overnight session high. So let's determine the bias of the structure, the Wyckoff structure here. So as if you draw this and this bar here, okay. It is because this is a second high low. This is the first higher low after this high. So this is the first lower high after this high. So we can draw this, and so we can join this and this channel here, this point here, and draw the channel. Okay, and then we can draw the intermediate line over here from this point. And now we can see that we can observe the shortening of the thrust right over here. Okay, that's one touch, second touch, third touch. Okay, you can see that there is a shortening of the thrust right over here, SOT. This entire is a SOT here. Okay, so after the SOT, if this is SOT third touch, right? So this one is that we have a very high volume right over here. So this must be if this is SOT, then this must be selling climax, obviously, because it's very high volume. We can see over this bar, very high volume here. Okay, so this must be the selling climax. Okay, and if this is a selling climax, we can join the low here. This one has secondary test and spring characteristics. So we have secondary test plus spring, and the spring is 2 bar bottom reversal. So we will say 2 bar bottom reversal, 2BR. Okay, 2 bar bottom reversal. Okay, that's a spring because we have this bar down and the next bar is closing up. So this is 2 bar bottom reversal. Okay, and obviously if this is this is secondary test, then this line would be as AR. Okay, obviously. So this is AR. Okay, so we have this AR. All right, and if this is the AR, then this one is on increasing volume. As you see, as the price breaks through the channel, we have increasing volume, increasing spread. So this must be the JAC, of course. Okay, this is JAC, and I told you after JAC, the price pulls back to this level, this SOT line, and test it out multiple times. You can see, but we will not take a trade here because we only take the trade after the London Open. So this one is LPS, last point of support. You can see here, okay? And if this is last point of support and the price breaks through the overnight session high, this is again JAC, okay? JAC. And I told you after the JAC, the price will always have the reaccumulation structure. So this would be reaccumulation here, okay? Remember that. Reaccumulation structure, okay? This should be, after JAC, there will be a reaccumulation structure. All right, so we have major sign of strength in the background, and then we have JAC here, major sign of strength. Then we have a confirming sign of strength right over here. We have confirming sign of strength right over here. We have JAC, again major sign of strength, okay, and then we have confirming sign of strength after within the reaccumulation structure. So right now we'll go to the 5-minute time frame, okay, and see how it develops. So you can see after the JAC move, the price is moving in a range. Okay, so yeah, this is a very typical behavior. So we will go to the 3-minute time frame to further refine our entries. Okay, so as the price is moving in a range after JAC, you can see this whole move is a JAC. Then we can draw this structure, we can draw this whole JAC move. Okay, after this JAC, the price is moving in a range now. Okay, and we can draw the range here, as you can see from here. Okay, all right. And obviously this would be the last low. We can draw it. So you can see that this is this one would be, so this is a reaccumulation structure. This whole structure would become the reaccumulation structure. Okay, and within this reaccumulation structure, this is a failed buying climax. This is automatic reaction. This is secondary test. This is this is secondary test. This is spring. Okay, you can see a huge bar, and on this bar, the London Open, this is a spring, and on a spring, you can take a trade because it perfectly makes sense to take a trade on this structure. So you can go up on a 2-hour trade. And if you miss this trade somehow, you can go back here again, and then you can come back, and there is another high developing right over here. You can just draw another one, okay? And because this is whole range here. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna just draw the zone here between this and this, okay? And within this zone, the price makes again the jump across a creek, okay, JAC. So within the JAC, two conditions can occur. Either the price will form a reaccumulation structure, or the price will form what do we say, as a LPS, last point of support. So here the price is no demand here, you can see, sorry, no supply here, okay, no supply, and the price rises up here again. So this is obviously last point of support, LPS. So this is our second trade. If you want to trade this trade, we can take, okay, if you miss this opportunity, or if you want to re-enter in the position, then you can enter this trade, placing a stop loss within the last high, okay, which is because just below this line here. All right, so the stop loss should be below the last low, or below the support, or below the resistance line, okay, so which is here, and we can target 2-hour here, okay, all right. And now as we go forward here, what we're going to do, we again go to the 15-minute time frame and see if there is any kind of overbought observed on the uptrend. So if we just draw the structure, because this is the last, then this is a point where we can draw the structure here, okay. All right, so we can draw and remove this all. Just to make chart a little bit green, okay. So this is, we can draw this because this is the last low, and this is the first higher low. So we can join this channel, this point, this swing low, and this swing low, and make a channel, okay. All right, but the problem is the channel cannot be drawn like this, because it's just one strike, one bullish point, and then the price is going up. So we cannot draw this. We need at least two bars down to make it as a channel. So we can just drag and drag and drag to the upside. No channels formed right over here. All right, so we can just drag it, and this is a point where this point and this point is a channel where we can just draw another channel, okay, right. So this would be the channel, and this channel would be erased. Okay, based on the fact. And now, once we have this channel, we observe that there is also a shortening of the thrust right over here, SOT. Okay, SOT. And after SOT, we have a huge bar to the upside, huge volume, and the price is coming down on a huge volume here as well. So this is obviously buying climax. Okay, if this is a buying climax of SOT, then we can draw a line at the buying climax. Okay, all right, and this must be the AR right over here. All right, and now we can go to the 3-minute time frame to further refine our entries. You can see this is buying climax. All right, obviously, and this is AR, as you can know. If this is buying climax, this is AR. Okay, then this one is a secondary test. ST is lower. So obviously, it automatically tells us that this is a distribution structure. So we can draw this line because this is a secondary test here. So we can take this trade, all right, and this trade. I mean, both of them. This trade, we do not have any kind of, like sign of weakness. In like we have sign of weakness in the background, but we do not have confirming sign of weakness. So we'll go further, and the price comes back and tests this region again on this. And at this time, we have what we have as a effort was no result, right? The problem is that we have to know that this effort was no result because there is another line, so the price might test this region, so we have to wait. And after effort with no result, we have this bar, okay, which is good in spreads, but the volume is declined. So obviously there's a divergence between spread and volume. So, and right now, right over here, if you just confirm this one, okay, or we confirm this one, all right, this is effort versus no result, this is no demand. So we can enter on both of these bar, place our stop loss right over here and just target the low of this one. And obviously this would form a spring, okay? And if you want to just draw the structure out, okay, from the last low to this low, we can draw the structure on a minor structure here, sorry. We can draw the structure here. And right now we have a minor oversold here. You can see a huge volume here and the price will go up. Test this region, we can go up again and target this high of the region, which is the test of the buying climax. And then finally the price will come down. So we are just ranging here, but the overall bias is actually bearish, okay? And the price will finally break this, okay? It will break this, and then after this, because this is falling through eyes, and I told you after falling through eyes, the price will redistribute, okay? So there is a redistribution structure right over here, all right? And you see the redistribution structure. This is first high, second high, third high. So this is a VCP pattern, volatility contraction pattern right over here. And then we can just take this. So this is again, we can just take this trade right over here, okay? All right. And the price come back and test this region here. You can either go short here. So this is how I will trade this London session and the New York session. All right. So I hope it makes sense now and you have learned a lot from this video.